What's going on YouTube? It is Luke Waters back again with the video. Today we're going to work on the G8, figuring out why this thing won't start after it's already been running, and hopefully get this thing fixed. So what I think is going on is I think this car is having a grounding issue. I have one ground of suspicion, which is going to be this guy right here. The Caprice had the same problem when I cam swapped it. So we're gonna clean it up and see what happens. We're gonna go through the whole engine and clean up all the grounds I have access to, and then try and start it and see what happens. So the problem is with this car, it will start, but it always needs a jump, and when you turn it off and turn it back on, it won't start at all. So that's the diagnosis here. Let's clean these grounds off and see what happens. Obviously, before you clean anything electrical, make sure you unplug the battery first. You don't know what could arc or jump. Just be safe, unplug the battery, and then we'll clean these grounds. So the first thing you want to do is find yourself a 15 millimeter and unplug this ground right here. There we go. Only with me I would have an issue like this, seriously. So let's examine what we had to work with here. Obviously this bolt has a little bit of corrosion on it, not too bad. This one though has quite a bit on the outside right here. I don't know if it'll focus. As you can see, that one's got quite a bit of corrosion on it too. So we'll clean this up, but one thing I want to check is, I want to see how the Caprice's ground is routed, because I had to fix it. I want to make sure I didn't put it in wrong. And it's locked. Take a look at this. The ground goes to the head without that bolt. This car doesn't have one. Well, let's give that a try. So maybe that was the problem, is that ground wasn't getting a good connection and it was causing the car not to start. So we'll actually put the ground onto the head. I don't see how we're gonna be able to do that though. Like, as you can see, I don't know if this will fit on the head any kind of way. Maybe I gotta put it on like that. I don't know. I'll think of something here. Whew, yeah, we're not bending that guy. While it's all parked though, I do want to go ahead and clean it. Spray a little bit of the wonderful brake part cleaner on there. It was dirty for sure, fellas. Dirty for sure. Let's go ahead and wipe off this part on the head too. I think I'm going to have to use the bolt because I can't find a way how to get this onto the head like it is in the Caprice. The ends are different. Like, I could do something like that and put a bolt in there, but I just don't see it holding very well. It's got to be the other way because it fits around that bolt perfectly. All right, let's get that bolt cleaned off. This seems to be the only way it goes on there. So we're going to get this guy cleaned up. Camera doesn't like to focus on this for some reason. Oh, there it goes. We're going to get this guy cleaned up and put it back on the car. By the way, I don't know if you can tell from these angles, but look how blown my shock towers are. Let's put this bad boy back in and see what happens. Now when you clean areas like this with a brake part cleaner, all you gotta do is dab it. You don't need to rub it. You just wanna get that on this so you can. On the bolt and stuff, just dab it off. Now let's clean the backside of our nut and put it back together. Actually, what I wanna do next, I probably should have done this first. I didn't even think about it. I'm gonna put this ground on, rehook the battery up, and get a multimeter out and actually test the grounds first. So the battery's got plenty of charge, it just won't, I don't understand. Amps are good, everything looks fine, just won't freaking start. Now that the battery's hooked up, let's check these grounds now with the multimeter and see if we get some voltage. Huh. The outside nut. The nut on the outside's not getting any ground, but the stud is getting voltage, which that should be fine. I'm going to temporarily put my cold air intake on just for the math. The biggest disadvantage of owning 3 cars is keeping care of 3 sets of keys. Yes! It worked! It fucking worked! No fucking way I had this problem twice now! still needs a fine tune, but it runs and drives. Let's take a look at the battery voltage here. Okay. Yeah, look at that. It's mint, dude. And the check engine light went off. Absolutely mint. Battery voltage is still looking good. Battery lights. Service oil's on, just gotta change it. I changed the oil. I am going to call this a win. There you go, guys. It's that easy. It's something as simple as a bad ground. It's amazing what a bad ground can do. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, this was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. It's been Luke Waters, and I'll see you guys in the next video.